Here TV. This week on the show, our new coach Frank Natal rings in win #1 in the usual Kogalo style.
You know, every game is going to be a battle, and yeah, it was good to get 3 points today, and it's good to stay at the top of the league.
And each month, we ask you to tweet and tell us who you would like featured as your player of the month. This month, you picked the man that we call Gattuso. And we find out why the second time around is even sweeter than the first.
Before nilikuwa sikuwa na discipline before, but I nilikuja nikachange. Sasa nilikuja nikachange.
So join me, Edward Quach, for the next 30 minutes as we celebrate the club that we love so much. This is GorTv TV. We start here, in the land of 1,000 hills. It was during the Sekafa Kagame Club Cup in Kigali where we caught up with our current crop of players as they were put through the ringer in a typical Kogalo gym session. But what goes into fitness here at Gor Mahia FC?
Thomas Joffrey, fitness trainer at Gor Mahia Football Club.
Thomas Joffrey is Kogalo's fitness trainer and the man tasked with ensuring that the players optimize their performance on the pitch each week.
Importance of fitness, as we all know, for you to play good football, you must be fit. That means that you should be free from injuries and you should be ready to face any opponent anytime. So it is important that as workers of Gor Mahia, as players, they'll give their best provided that they are fit.
Fitness is not just about weights, crunches and press-ups. Nutrition plays a vital role in keeping footballers fit. It is something that Thomas takes very seriously.
We do usually advise the players in collaboration with the team doctors. We advise the players on which type of food to take on depending on the day of the match. As maybe an example is that when we are from the match, we advise them to take more protein. And then as we really approach the match, we reduce the number of proteins. That include more carbohydrates in their food so that they can have the energy to partake the match. So we just do advise them mostly.
However, keeping a squad full of players fit does not come without its challenges.
Normal challenges, especially in our country, you find maybe at times you might be working with the players and you find them maybe they are not good enough, or rather you are not well equipped with the items that you are supposed to use at this particular time. So you find that mostly, as we see it in most of our teams in the country, you find that the equipments cannot be provided by the teams. So you find that at times it's very difficult for us to give all that we have to the players.
What Thomas lacks in his quest to keep our players in prime physical condition, he and the team more than make up for on the pitch each weekend.
What I usually say, you work with whatever you have. So at this point, this is what we have. So how can we work with them? We work with whatever we have by this time to beat our opponents. It doesn't matter maybe if they overcome you with some things like nutrition, but if we get to the pitch, we put everything aside and then work and give our best at the pitch so that we can emerge as winners. Effect that fitness has on injuries, very clear that if you are fit, you are free from injury. If you are not fit, you can easily get injured. Because fitness comes even with the type of mind. If your mind is ready to face the opponent, you are ready to go. So if you are definitely clear and ready to face anything, because you find that whenever you are fit, you are not prone to injuries, because your muscles, everything is ready to partake any activities that you are going to be given. So fitness, I can say shortly, if you are fit, you are, let's say 99 to 1 injury free.
determination and dedication will certainly make Coach happy.
Hi, I'm Frank Nuttall, head coach of Gormaya Football Club. Welcome to GorTv.
When former Gor Mahia tactician Bobby Williamson accepted the position of Kenya national team coach, he was charged with finding his own replacement at this great club. His candidate, Frank Nuttall, a coach with an impressive CV and someone that we accepted from the get-go. Our mindset, if he's good enough for Bobby, then he's good enough for us.
I came to know about Gormaya through my predecessor, Bobby Williamson. When Bobby was moving to the national team job, Bobby contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested. He'd been recommended me by others and spoken to other people about me, and he contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in the job. And as the chairman of the club, I'd asked Bobby to help him find someone to replace him.
The FIFA coaching instructor has also worked at various clubs over the years, amongst them Middlesbrough, England's under-20, under-17 and under-18 national sides. Frank has also had an impressive tour of Asia.
Previously, I'd been working in China at the club Qingdao Hainyu club as the assistant coach. As well as that, I'd been in Qatar with the Qatar under-23 national team as assistant coach. So they're the most recent assignments. But I'm also a FIFA instructor and an Asian Football Confederation coach education instructor, so I've been tying those things in as well.
He takes over the hot seat with the aim of helping Gor Mahia retain the KPL title.
Yeah, given that I came in with 9 games to go, and the club is where it is and the team is where it is in the league, I would have been foolish if I would have come into the club and just decided to do it all my own way and not seek opinion and advice and suggestions from the staff. So I've used their knowledge of the club and the players and Kenyan football to help me, and I've given them their place, and I think that helps. I've given them their roles, I've given them their place. I've acknowledged their importance in the process of trying to be successful and win the league. And I think that helps when you're trying to build a team off the pitch.
But how is our new coach finding life so far at this great club?
I'm enjoying it. It's a great experience for me. It's the first time I've been in Africa, and every day I'm experiencing something new and learning something new. So yeah, it's very good, very enjoyable. People are very friendly, very open, and very helpful. So I can't complain in terms of the hospitality I'm receiving from everyone, apart from the opposition supporters and things like that. Yeah.
In some quarters, Nuttall is being credited for the rebirth of Jojo Diambo, and we certainly welcome Blackberry's return to form.
The attitude of the players is first class, and they're very motivated. They're a very motivated group, and they're trying their best for the club, for themselves, for the club, for me, and for the supporters, and as well as mentally being very strong. Technically, they're good players, and we've got a good team.
It wasn't an easy start for our new coach, and it took 4 games for Nuttall to record his first victory. A 2-0 win over Chemelil Sugar, and a game in which we displayed our patented style of fluid football. Something that we've gotten very used to over the years. Following that win, Kogalo fans and our coach breathed a collective sigh of relief as we went back to the top of the KPL log. For now, there's just one focus for our coach and our club. With just 5 rounds of football remaining, Nuttall will be looking to do exactly what his predecessor did 1 season ago. And if Gor Mahia do repeat as Premier League champions, Natal will have found his way into the hearts of our beloved 12th man. And it certainly looks now as if we are headed for a second successive Premiership title. However, just a few weeks ago, it was anyone's title to win. In mid-September, Sofapaka FC had found its way to the top of the log following their win against Muhoroni Youth and our 1-1 draw with fellow championship contenders Tusker FC. For our new coach, it has been a difficult transition to the Kenyan Premier League. So, when the league's best defense paid us a visit, the 3 points that we needed to climb back to the summit might have looked like an unlikely prospect. Coach rang in a couple of changes from the previous week. Here is a look at our starting 11. Jeremy Onyango, as usual, between the sticks. The immense Musa Mohammed, Harun Shakava, David Owino, and Kevin Oluwach deputizing the back. The midfield powerhouse combo of Godfrey Walusimbi, Baba Kizito, Eric Ochieng, and utility man Collins Okoth, with Blackberry and Dan Serenkuba making up the dynamic front line.
And Nasser Doka gets this encounter underway at the City Stadium.
Following a few early chances from Chimilil, this lovely free kick from Daniel Murage being the highlight, we took control. Danny Sarankuma and George Blackberry Odhiambo caused all sorts of problems for Chimilil's back four, and it was Sarankuma going close in the opening minutes. It certainly didn't take long for the pressure from our front line to bear fruit. A lapse of concentration from Chimilil allowed Dan Sarankuma to get a bit creative with this finish on the stroke of half-time.
Just catching the Chimilil goal line, the defense napping completely. That is Danny Sarankuma's 11th goal of the season, and it has brought life to the City Stadium.
After the break, we looked like a club possessed, running directly at our opponent's backline until none other than Mr. Reliable, Danny Sarankuma, grabbed his brace 10 minutes after the restart.
A second goal for Gor Mahia. Danny Sarankuma gets Gor on the way to securing a permanent position at the top of the league. And the fans here at the City Stadium will celebrate. They will dance because Danny Sarankuma in the 55th minute has actually almost sealed this game, and a much needed 3 points for Gor Mahia.
We should have made it 3-0 as Eric Ochieng was gifted with a pinpoint cross from Patrick Oboya, but his shot went easily by the Chimilil keeper. Regardless, the win put us in the driving seat as we get down to the business end of the campaign.
Oh, absolutely delighted for everyone in the club to get that 3 points today. The players were magnificent, and they've really put a big shift in today and played a really good game. I get involved. I kick everything. I head everything. You know, I try to support the guys on the pitch as much as possible. I keep saying it. You know, every game is going to be a battle, and yeah, it was good to get 3 points today, and it's good to stay at the top of the league, but there's a long way to go, so we'll just take it as it comes.
When we return, we meet up with Gor Mahia's #1 fan.
Hello, Gor Mahia, Gogaloe, GorTv do to you acne. Coming back after the break.
Welcome back to GorTv TV. Thanks so much for sending in your suggestions for our Player of the Month here on GorTv TV. As always, there was an overwhelming response.
Hey, my name is Gatuso and you're watching GorTv.
Collins Okoth is a footballer that many see as the bad boy of the Kenyan game. So much so that the hard man in midfield has been nicknamed Gatuso.
The name Gatuso was first given to me by Michael Kinyi when I started playing for Gor. I don't understand where it came from exactly. I actually don't play a rough game, but I'm a hard tackler. And there are specific times when you need to play hard, as well as times when you need to loosen a bit. So each and every match has its own unique approach. Some matches are soft, while others are quite tough. So I do both soft and tough.
Okoth has had his run-ins with almost all of the clubs and coaches that he has played for. First, it was with current Tusker coach Francis Kimanzi. Then, Kimanzi was the coach at Mathare United. This was the place where Okoth began his career.
Mimi nimegruia Baba na nilianza kuchezea ball Babadogo.
I grew up here at Baba, and I spent my early years in football in Babadogo. Then I proceeded to Tusker Youth, courtesy of Coach Maina. But before that, Maisa supported me when playing for Babadogo, and even made it possible for me to participate in Norway Cup. Immediately after, I joined Tusker Youth. At that time, Ghost used to attend Tusker Youth training, so he picked me from there and made me sign for Tusker team. Gradually, I rose to where I am now. When I was still a kid, I used to accompany my elder brother when he went to watch Gor playing, and I wished to play for them one day. And my dream came true.
Games za Gor, at least natamani siku moja pia mimi nataka pia kuchezea Gor. Na ikakuja kwa ukweli.
When the 27-year-old joined GorTv FC in 2009, he had more than one run-in with the then-coach, Zedekiah Otieno, as well as the man that replaced him, Croatian Zdravko Logarusic.
Good things are already good things, and you have to jump on the bad things. First, you have to wake up the players. That means you have to tell them, some of them, they were big-headed. They thought they're big players. And after a few trainings, my job is to let them know how much they don't know, because they don't know how much they don't know. That's the reason why I'm here, to let them know how much they don't know. After, when they realize I know, and they realize they don't know, because they thought they know, everything is easier.
It's safe to say that Gatuso's immense talents in the middle of the park more than made up for his volatile temper. His indifference to the former GorTv coach Logarusic was so telling that he walked out of the club in 2012 to join Sofapaka.
I left Gor because the then coach Logarusic had already formed a bad perspective concerning me due to what he had been told about me. So I had to leave and join Sofapaka. Unfortunately, Sofapaka had very little to offer in terms of payment. So again I left and headed to Tusker. And when Kim came, I benefited a little bit from his money. But we fell out when he was luring me to play for Mathare, and I didn't like that option.
After a short stint at Sofapaka, he moved to Tusker. 6 months later, he was back at GorTv FC.
Ni hakuna achievement nimepata, si poa kuzunga club. Ni boxer kwa club moja. So na boxer sasa kwa club moja.
And it appears that we are seeing a different Gatuso in 2014. A mature player who appears to have learned from the past. Let's call him Gatuso 2.0.
Before nilikuwa sikuwa na discipline before, but nilikuja nika change.
It's true, I was quite indisciplined before, but I later reformed. I was assigned to one of my friends by Gor chairman, who actually cancelled me and showed me the light.
Best yangu fulani nilipoa na chairman wa Gor, ndiye alikuja tukaongea na mimi, akakuja kaniedukate more. Akakuja kaniedukate more.
And he's setting his sights on a return to international football as well.
I've played 19 matches so far. I hope the coach will notice my hard work and give me a call-up again.
Maybe there's a chance nipate call-up tena nirudi.
Gatuso is a player that has found his way into the hearts of the GorTv faithful.
Hi guys, my name's Jaro Soja. I'm the Chief Commandant Kogalo Defence Force, or if you like, you can call me fan number 1 Gor Mahia. And this is GorTv.
For many years, Gor Mahia die-hard fan Jared Obonyo has wowed Kenyans with his flashy attire branded in the club's colors.
My name is Jaro Soja. I'm the Chief Commandant Kogalo Defence Force. Jaro was born on 3rd August 1980. I discovered football when I was 9 years old katika kijiji cha Odento, that is Kauda game, Siaya County.
This is a man who lives, walks, sleeps, and dreams Gor Mahia FC.
I searched for the school. That's where I got to the school called Nyabenge Primary School in Sakwabondo. Nyabenge, when I got to the school, I came back to my mom. I told my mom that, Mom, I think I've got the school that I'll now be comfortable in. She took me there. We approached the headmaster. He told the headmaster the truth, why I need to join the school. And the headmaster, he laughs, I remember he laughs, and said, welcome. And I moved on in Nyabenge Primary School until standard 7. And I can say there also I was unlucky because they changed the uniform again to blue. I again said no, I'll not finish standard 8 here. I have to look for another school that puts on like Kogalo, the green and white. I again looked for another school called Okola Primary School. That's where I now finished standard 8. And when I joined Hono Secondary School, I got that the school was, even the team jersey was just green and white like Kogalo. I just thank God. I said, wow, this is the school that I'm now happy to be in this school.
Jaro hails from Game in Kenya's Siaya district. It was here that he first heard about Gor Mahia FC. A match against bitter rivals AFC was being broadcast live on radio. That was enough for Jaro Soja to become Gor Mahia's #1 fan.
I remember one day I was sent home for school fee, and it was a weekend. It was on Saturday. On my way to home, I got Samwaze. They were listening to radio. No, a long time. Sometimes back there were no TV, so a lot of people used to radio to listen to football. Then I can say that who introduced me to football was commentator, that is Jaco Sylvester. I had Jaco Sylvester commentating the ball. Ugolna pira, goal! Nilibapo sana, kabidi nikae chini, niulize wazee what's going on. They told me that they are listening to football. That was AFC versus Gor Mahia, and lucky enough, Kogalo beat AFC 2-0.
His first trip to the stadium resulted in a win for Gor Mahia. The club had grabbed a fan for life.
I went to Toko Mwanda City Stadium to witness Kogalo beating Tusker like a Brukenge. And they beat Tusker 3-0. So I'm proud that my first game to watch Kogalo live in stadium, they beat Tusker kama Brukenge. From there, I became very popular. I'm all over in social media, in media houses, in Gazette newspapers.
Jaro coined the term Ginewa Sekao, a term that stuck with the club throughout the incredible run in 2013. Jaro Soja is the embodiment of the club that he is so passionate about.
When God won the league, I was so excited. I was like, it's like I was mad. Some people thought that Jaro is drunk. I don't use alcohol, but thank you very much. I really thank Jesus. I really thank Jesus.
Jaro Soja, as he is better known, tirelessly markets the club at no cost as a result of his obsession with the team.
I sat down myself and asked myself, how do you promote something? You know, for you to promote something, you have to do something very different from other people. You have to be creative. You have to be attractive, you know. I used to brand myself Gor Mahia. That's to promote my club just free. And you know, some people have been thinking that maybe I'm getting something from Gor. I love Kogalo, and I don't want even Kogalo to pay me. They're not paying me. They're giving me nothing, and I'm happy to be that way. Yeah. So for those who are thinking that maybe I'm getting something from Gor, please, they can confirm from the office. Jaro is doing this thing for free.
Just like the rest of us, only he wears his love for the mighty Kogalo on his sleeve. That's all the time we have for this week's show. Remember to keep the conversation going at Gor Mahia TV. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.